Azure Ray, maybe they'll take it away as well. And the heroes of Azure Ray like really like to play right now. We get the NP banned a lot. The Brewmaster and the Naga are huge. And then later on, maybe you'll get a tree, Morta, Doom. A lot of them are... There's a tree still in the pool, actually. That's a big one. So the Morta does go out, so we got a tree. We also have the Brewmaster, which could be possible picks up here.
Hey, shouldn't we be worried at some point about Spirit Breaker, or do we feel like these two teams are going to ignore it?
I was about to mention this here. So first of all, the picking order changed out. LGD now has first pick compared to the last game where Azure had first pick.
Yeah.
So things...
LGD Gaming's turn to ban.
"10 seconds. Dire pick. Radiant pick.
Brewmaster!
"10 seconds. 5 seconds left. Dire's turn to ban. Weaver. "10 seconds. It's Dire's ban now. Radiant's turn to ban. "10 seconds. Radiant's turn to pick. Dire's turn to pick.
Grimstroke.
"10 seconds. 5 seconds left. Dire's turn to pick.
Rubik.
"10 seconds. Radiant pick.
Spectre.
"10 seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to pick.
Dusk.
10 seconds. Dire pick.
Face the light.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. It's Dire's band now.
Puck.
Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds left. It's Radiant's band now. It's Radiant's band now. Ten seconds. Dire's turn to ban. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Dire pick. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to pick.
Witch Doctor.
Ten seconds. You only got 5 seconds. Even less now.
Earth
It's
Shaker.
hero choosing time. Prepare for battle!
There we go. Some excellent confidence coming through from Lanham on Azure's entry into this Game 2. Game 2 time, ladies and gentlemen, here between LGD and Azure. Fog, what do you make of it, this draft this time round? Do you think Azure's got what it takes to try and push this to a Game 3, or are we going to see the struggles in that mid-game once again against LGD's lineup?
I feel like they definitely have a bit more catch and everything inside that mid-game if they do come off those lanes very strongly, which they've set themselves up for success for again, right? Really strong 3 lanes across the board. They have the Shaker versus the Puck. Stormstormer highlighted that one, how that matchup usually ends up going. They have this Dawn Tusk, super strong aggressive lane that we'll have to see how it does versus the Witch Doctor kind of curveball that kind of came in there at the end. And then, of course, the Grim and the Weaver. Really strong lane, strong team fight. So overall, Azure, they've definitely ticked a lot of boxes, but can they defeat LGD?
A bit of an early fight here around the Rune Chalice, turning with a hammer. They're going to try and focus towards Shiro first, but he's up to the high ground with a Spectral Dagger. He'll be fine. Cast coming out in return.
Oh, it's a good catch.
2 of them. Blood Grenade is also thrown down onto Tianming, but will keep his distance. FY steps forward, forces back both Planet and YU Smile.
Okay, no one dies. Still sticking in the area, though. Perhaps to go for Shiro. They still have FY here if he wants to go for tag team. Shiro, he's got the dagger. Should be okay.
He'll be able to get down to the low ground if necessary. Liz can just afford to walk away. I mean,
oh, Low got his TP cancelled, if I'm not mistaken, right there, trying to TP bottom. So
I think you're right. Just walk from another round of the cask from
yeah, he just got casked, so he's going to have to take a little bit of a route to be able to get back down there. He's going to miss almost a whole wave. That's actually kind of painful. So definitely going to see a little bit of an experience advantage there coming up for the Brewmaster, who's going to almost be level 2 before the Weaver even gets down there.
And sort of overall, let's talk a bit more about that last pick from LGD. What do you sort of make of that? You know, going for this last pick, Witch Doctor, for YU Smile in this game.
You heard it there from Fear at the end. He's like, all right, what's the hero pick that has a stun tool to stop Starbreaker? What's something that can build toward a heal, etc.? I mean, this is exactly what Witch Doctor can do. So really cool pick that I think overall for me, I thought we were going to see a lot more Witch Doctor in this. This hero's gotten so many buffs, but does run into some issues. So we'll see if it's able to actually protect this Spectre. In theory, on paper, right? Of course, can, but definitely could see some issues run into it very quickly because this lane, as Storm was saying, it's a really, really powerful one. Azure, last game, dominated kind of the lanes, just weren't able to take advantage of it in the mid game so much. Again, it does look like they're set up to have those good lanes.
Okay, well, so just across all 3, like down on the bottom. Also a place where I guess you're specifically picking this Weaver carry because you're happy to lane it against the Brew, right?
Yes.
You know you're going to have the free farm in this matchup.
Yeah, just of course the first wave or whatever, like he missed a little bit, so we'll see if that causes any type of repercussions. And if Planet's going to be able to cause any repercussions, a hero that is not really played at all right now, Rubik. It's one of his absolute signature heroes, and you could clearly see why they wanted it there. Versus the Weaver, versus the Grim, excellent spell steals overall. So yeah, we'll have to see how that lane overall goes. Does feel like it's going to be a bit difficult for New, but see if Planet can change it up at all.
So far, that mid matchup, my goodness, it's going as you'd hope it to be if you're picking the Shaker in this matchup. 13-5 against a 5-1 Somnus. Incredible domination in this 1v1. Last time round he got the edge, but this is something quite different.
Absolutely, at bottom though.
Low. He gets caught, he's got the stick charges, but you and Planet running down, they'll get that first blood.
I mean, that is a big deal. This
He's
is
having
the
a rough
lane.
start.
Yeah, this is the lane that you picked. You picked this double range to be able to slow down the Brew, and somehow they're actually the ones who get the kill off the back here on the Brew.
Top lane. Top. Gonna try and get aggressive onto YU Smile with the swing of the hammer from Chalice. They'll be able to bring him down.
Ooh. You can even see with the starting items that he went for. He went for the Ring of Protection. I think he started with this on the Witch Doctor to be able to try to survive this massive physical damage, but nope, you can't actually survive it, so at least the first few levels definitely looking pretty dominant in top and in the mid lane side of Azure.
The top lane and the mid lane so far for Azure. Incredible. He's got courier coming out, but it's going to take a bit of time to get over. So he'll have to just enjoy life up on the cliff for a little bit.
Yep, he's got to watch.
Top lane again?
Again?
They're looking to go for Shiro. He wasn't able to make it over the ravine here. He gets caught. The body blow's trying to come in from Why You Smile. It's enough.
He barely gets away.
Oh, it's getting scary up here for Shiro. This time Planet turns up. I mean, this Spectre is not having an easy time. We've got the cliff cam here for poor old Tianming. He's just got the TP delivered. So, well, I say that no, he hasn't actually. And now it's coming in.
It's slow.
He's being very careful with how he gets that courier towards him. Does not want to get it sniped.
Again,
Will
top.
be able to get out of there. Aggressing again, but this time the Starbreaker's put to a stop. Tries to get a few more right clicks in onto Why You Smile Chalice, but it's harder to get the kill now that they've got the two supports here protecting Shiro.
But now that they've got two supports, you know, Tianming was cliffed, so he's like, you know, I'm just going to TP top. My Weaver's in a 1v1 versus Brewmaster.
Yeah,
this
he's
is perfectly
happy.
fine if I want to join top, get involved in these kills, and get involved with making sure Chalice has this incredible start.
I mean,
Level 5 already.
he's just going to go straight for Shiro. He's popped up here with the Inkswell in on top of the Spectre. The damage is done. 6 charges are popped, but it doesn't matter. Shiro's out again.
Just the two supports there, too, to bring him down. Dangerous for the Spectre. Bottom of the course, he's really, really struggling. New is also, I mean, Low is actually still also struggling on this Weaver overall, but I mean, a lot of big kills for the side of Azure. And these kills also, they're giving Chalice the experience in the lane. They went on the side there, they got the kill. Chalice is approaching 6 very, very early in this game.
Try and make somewhere on the map safe for this Spectre. You know, where are you putting Shiro?
That's a great question. It's not easy for him to go to pretty much any of these lanes. You don't want to send him to the bottom side, so you probably just have to send him back toward top, but difficult. Looks like they will be able to get the 2 Wisdom runes though on the side of LGD. Claim theirs and Y. Will be able to claim the secondary one. So at least they'll get those, but top tower, it's in jeopardy.
Very similar sort of motions as we saw in game 1 from Azure, working out once again in this early game.
Yeah, dominating the map. 6 already on Somnus. Chalice soon to be hitting on you.
He's going to go with the straight-up play with the Primal Split. Pops it to set up onto Tianming, and indeed does not struggle in finding the kill down here with a bit of extra help. Also get a bit of a push going on to Tier 1 here as well.
Find the courier as well too. A little bit of extra gold. 3-2. I mean, New is off to an excellent start though. So I mean, both of these safe laners are kind of struggling a little bit here. Of course, Low a little bit better than that Spectre since he's been able to get him away as this Weaver.
Shiro's
a slow start.
Still sitting at the level 4 and having to kind of hide behind his tier 2 here, just 8 minutes in.
And they might just go for him almost immediately when he shows again. You can just see FY Chalice. They want blood.
Denied.
Shiro.
He's probably calling. He's like, if they dive me, somebody better be here.
You better have your TPs ready on LGD.
I mean, he's probably asking nothing to say. He's like, if they make a move up top, you better be ready with a coil. Because if they dive under tier 2, it's a coil plus a glyph, likely be able to get the setup on the kills.
Yeah, and Azure, no, they won't take any risks underneath the tier 2. They'll back away.
But they'd make it scary for him anyway. Farming under tier 2, and you can see that Shiro is even reluctant to go for some of the DS. A lot of pressure coming up again from Azure. 3-2.
Progress for Somnus. Free farm. He uses halfway on the goal towards the Blink Dagger. Smoke up now. LGD wanting to make a move around the stream coil.
Trying to make the move, just trying to protect Shiro, at least for a little bit of time so he can get that catch up. At least so he can get his level 6, because then when he has the 6 on Spectre, it's not so bad when you're up top, because you can just join all over the place. For
straight up coil onto Chalice might be the call here, and they'll get it.
The catch.
They get the setup, and he's still able to pull himself away with the hammer. And they weren't quite able to step in range for any further follow-up. In fact, Chalice, he's going to be ready to jump down towards the bottom. How about if they take down you? He gets an attempted gank there on towards the Dawnbreaker. They're not able to kill him. They're not even able to stop him from helping out the bottom lane.
He's too quick. Immediately breaks that coil. Just walks back to his hammer as well too. And he's more than healthy. I mean, phase boots, double bracer, so many. It's all early game coming out from Chalice with his itemization. And they do not have the damage. If they have the Doctor ult, you know, if they have Death Ward perhaps, but still low levels, of course, on these supports. A 2K lead right now for Azure.
Absolutely, yeah. They need to cast the Maledict and the ult, as you say, to have a chance of bringing him down. Chalice otherwise able to freely get out of these situations despite the attempted gank coming in from this mid lane, from this rotations from nothing to say.
Damage is definitely going to take some time for the side of LGD's draft. Somnus, he's getting quite a bit of freedom, of course, to get that super early Blink Dagger. He's got his treads. He's already only 700 away from it. That's going to just open up to get all these catches on nothing to say. He is the big one to get this puck. Besides that, I mean, the puck does have a pretty decent game to be able to play around on side of nothing to say, but the fact that the Shaker's in the game is going to cause issues for him since it's going to come out so fast.
They're going to go for this dive hit top. And then with the snowball. Chalice closes the gap.
Okay.
Bit of a jump around, but he still gets caught out by the stun. Be fine though, Shiro. They won't throw anything else into that one.
Patience. Sure. Feeling like perhaps they could even go for that kill there, but they're being so cautious this time around.
Yeah, they know that the Dream Coral is going to be back up for nothing to say, and TPs will be ready. He's also, of course, got that. He's actually just popped the Arcane Rune. Opts to pop it to just speed up the farming, clean up some camps here at the pot, catch up on the farm. Time low, getting the moments to recover down bottom. Still very much the early game impact that sort of been implied against Shiro. It's hurt the most. It's a lot of time that Shiro needs to try and recover as this Spectre after an incredibly rough laning stage.
And overall, their two supports, they're not really the most independent heroes. You kind of need a +1 to be able to do much of anything, especially with something like Rubik. This hero hasn't been picked for much of this tournament for a reason. It is a bit lackluster overall. Even though Planet, he's one of the best on it. He's still only level 5, hasn't really been able to find much out of this. But now that he's got 6, let's see if he can get a big spell steal. At the same time now, Blink is already finished up for Somnus. So they've got
this could
Blink Echo, they've got the Dawn ult that can come around all over the place on the map too. It feels difficult now for LGD.
Let's see where it wants to head towards.
Yep.
I'm going to make the moves down towards the bottom. Maybe if they can open up with a good Blink Slam, they can burst New before he can get his split off.
Planet does get a good spell steal, probably one of the better ones he can get this game. So Shikuchi is online for the Rubik. Can get some good scouting information here.
And he's going to. He's able to scout Somnus out, and he's going to know that the Blink Dagger's done. So the information there for LGD, and now a lot harder for Somnus to strike with that surprise element of having the Blink Dagger picked up at a good time.
He's got the angle here. Ruined will spawn top. They're rushing for it.
And they're going to go now. Same time. Split. Going for Tianming. They'll get the pullback. Tianming's gone. Back over in the river.
He's gone.
He's out. Chalice able to swing by and help turn things around. In fact, he's looking to swing in for more. Goes in with a hammer at the start break over towards White You Smile. Jump forward for Somnus. They're able to finish off White You Smile here with the Enchant Totem hit. As LGD, they tried to go for the battle around that rune. They got the pickup of the double damage rune, but they certainly lose the fight. If they've lost 2, nothing to say, having to retreat.
Still getting chased. Should be fine. Shiro tried to get involved. They probably made the call. We need to help to get this rune for our puck.
They went all in on that.
He just dunks him. He just throws everything onto the Spectre immediately and dies in no time. And even though they don't get the rune for Somnus, he gets a refill back up, so he's more than healthy to continue fighting. Planet did get a pretty good spell steal. He got the Solar Guardian at the end of everything, but wasn't actually able to utilize it.
They've got to be careful around this mid-area, and they've got to be careful when Solar Guardian is up for Chalice. He's had a solid start, great lane. If he's able to turn up with the ultimate, most of these early fights are very likely to be turned around. And again, the increasing risks really that Shiro's taking, trying to turn up to these fights, despite the fact that he pretty much has nothing at this stage of the game.
Just tries to get involved at all, just tries to get any kills. Bottom.
They're in immediately, in with the jump.
Stolen Solar Guardian.
It's going to buy enough time for New to allow him to walk away. Buying time for further TPs to come in. Shiro going to turn over the ult, try and turn things up. It's in with the Dream Coil onto the 2 of them. They're able to take down Somnus. They've got the silence into the Delicate.
Oh my god, Planet.
Dream Coil snap back, but low. Still able to get the time that's off. He's trying to walk away. Shiguchi's back up low in the retreat. But the chase is here. Planet hunting through the trees, looking for low. Sobel over to the side from F5. Challenge over towards Shiro. Shiro trying to get the high gravity cannot. They breathe down Shiro. Planet continue the hunt, trying to find this Weaver. But it doesn't look like he's going to get him. He'll turn over towards F5 instead. That they will find. Jump back from down to the Saber. Challenge comes and swings the hammer. Takes him out. As it's 2 down on LGD. The fight not over yet. Low considering to go back in on this. They get the Phantom's Embrace onto New under the tower. To be careful as Planet continues to make the plays.
Planet is doing so much work.
He's going back in. He's able to get the lift back over onto the 2 of them, but they're turning. Chalice in again with the Starbreaker. They bring Planet down. But Planet's not going to play his way through that one. White as well lays down the Death Corner. Bit of a tree up for the Witch Doctor. They managed to get Chalice and Tianming at the end of that fight. A chaotic brawl between both sides. And what does not over yet, Shiro. He can find Low. Doesn't look like they'll have anything else to throw out this way, so Low will manage to escape.
Chaotic is definitely the definition of that one right there. Honestly, Planet did an unbelievable amount of work for LGD. I don't know who ends up winning all that.
He'll look for an easy one. He'll drop the Echo for that. He'll drop the Echo for that one. Take White You Smile out and quickly speed out of there with a haste rune. The lead is held for now by Azure, but definitely a bit of a shake-up from LGD, especially with some of those kills they're able to pick up towards the end.
Yeah, honestly, really cool support stuff I saw coming out there. Planet getting the Solar Steal, then he got the Shikuchi, I think, through like 3 or 4 heroes. Low almost ends up dying, almost ends up actually LGD favored, but at the end of it all, Azure comes slightly out ahead of it all, getting that follow-up kill at the end there. But, I mean, kind of close overall, especially with them having that bit of that gold lead and them being the ones starting the fight. I think that Solar Guardian caught them off guard at the initiating factor. That's cool.
Not to be deterred, though, they're going straight back in. Smoke up from Somnus and Tianming. They're ready to make the move. They don't have the slam, but still with the hard hits an Enchant Totem can do from Somnus, they can easily find kills. They've got to be a bit precautious that NU does have Primal Split back up. They're going to try and burst it. They're in with the size of the Phantom Embrace, snowball forward. They'll have enough burst to bring down the Brew with nothing to be done to save it. They're going to go up onto Planet, closing in onto the Ruby. Planet, he's able to jump over the top of Solar Guardian. He jumps out of the shard, back to the safety of his teammates. He's out of there. The Coral gets dropped down onto the fourth, and Shiro gets in, cleans up FY. Somnus, he's not there though. Under the tier one, he goes in with the Enchant Totem, fishing a block off the escape from what he's well. Somnus, make sure that the team fights. It's Azure Rays.
Look at the difference when he's playing an Earthshaker compared to a Snap. Not to say his Snap wasn't amazing, but look at this follow-up. He finds the backline, gets on top of this annoying Rubik, even though he's able to get away first. Now Somnus,
See if he can do anything here.
hitting back for his NTS.
He's coming in as well. Making sure that backup's in for nothing to say. Of course, New didn't manage to survive and get the split off, so he's still got it good to go around the mid lane.
I mean, Azure, they're playing, again, very fast, just like last time. Making these quick moves with all their cooldowns. Somnus.
TP's coming in. The split is there. Shiro, he's ready to dive in. They're getting aggressive on Somnus underneath the tower, but F5's in with the snowball. Buys time for Somnus to try and survive, but the damage is done. Nothing to say. Finishes it off with the illusory orb. They'll go for FY. Stolen snowball here from Planet, closing in onto the tusk. FY caught by the stun. Further team is coming in. Chalice hits in hard with the Starbreak overlord. Shiro, he's been caught by the side. Shiro's surrounded. He looks to jump out with the ultimate over the high ground. He kills him. Tianming.
Is he getting out? Dive. And this is versus a very strong Dawn, as we saw. Chalice, he had the Desolator already in this fight. They danced on him. They kited perfectly around in this fight. Like, look at nothing to say. The backlines. He's just dealing with the supports being so pesky, and then they just die out of nowhere. Beautiful fight.
A scary one for Azure Ray. A big sort of jump. The fact they get away with this underneath the tier one.
And Shiro, he had the relic queued up. He switched. He's going for the Midas. He's pretty much got the Midas done. I mean, after such a recovery in these last few moments, why not?
He knows as well that he's getting away with jumping in and getting these kills without the need to try and just sit back and kind of AFK farm something like a Radiance. So pick up the Midas. You know, he doesn't have to be hitting the creeps all the time. He can still afford to jump in on the fights and be picking up that Midas gold to continue the scaling.
Continue the scaling, also just to continue the levels too. That's what I like. You're always going to be able to keep up with levels, so you can keep using the Shadow Step and stuff like that. So, you know me, I'm a little bit of a Midas hater at times, but in this patch, Midas is too damn good to be able to hate.
Yeah, really riding the momentum of this recovery that Shiro is definitely on track to begin this game. I mean, sure, it's still at the bottom of the net worth of the cause, but give this game kind of 5 more minutes and a few more fights like that for LGD, you'll start to soon see this Spectre be up there at the top.
Absolutely, and let's see if what happens also is that Azure, they're building us 2 Desolators.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we've seen a couple, we've seen double Radiance times,
the
but
double
Deso,
bit of a fight for who gets the stacks as well on the kills.
Yeah. He does come in for it. Bottom. Dunk on 2.
A clean jump for Somnus in with the dunk onto the 2, and then they take down Planet. They got the punch up there and a burst before he can get the split off. Catching LGD by surprise on that one. The game calmed down for a moment. Azure Ray, they'll wake it straight back up. That boy, you smile, he'll get out.
She TP's out.
Not actually able to close the gap and to get the sun off from Somnus to put a stop to that one, but still. In the big one as well. Once again, taking down the Brew, which, of course, at this stage of the game, it is LGD's most farmed hero.
Big ulti's committed, though. So 20 seconds, that Brew's going to respawn. I'd imagine we see LGD smoke up almost immediately to look for this fight as well, too, right afterwards, because Echo's down, Solar Guardian's down. Quite a bit was used right there. See if Azure is able to get this tier. Looks like they should finish off the tier 1 mid, but already Planet TPing in. LGD considering contesting this.
Top tower's about the top.
And they're more than happy to try and defend this tower.
Yeah, I think we're seeing probably the reason that he wants to go for the Midas also on Shiro is they're going to be getting that Radiance up on the Brewmaster. So, a little bit of switch-ups coming around here with the itemization.
That's going to be pretty soon. Sure, New goes down, but as I say, the farm's still fantastic on this Brewmaster. should be set for a good timing on the Radiants. They're going to smoke up.
They want to fight.
They want to get something done with the split.
Yep. Solar is back up pretty quick, though. 35 seconds. The ideal target usually is you go for the Dawn anyway, so let's see if they're able to get that catch. And yeah, the double Desos are they're built. So
okay.
He did commit for it on the Weaver. See if it ends up hurting later on. It's the build now on the Weaver, but
it's the build
see
for
both
of them.
Can be a concern. It does hurt. They're hunting. They want to find a target here. Two of them know they have kill threat on pretty much anybody with this Brew and Witch Doctor.
They're going to find anyone along this sort of bottom strip of the map.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be up top. In fact,
Hey,
nothing to say. Gets caught by both the two of them. Tianming and Somnus finding a quick catch as he was trying to push that wave out on his own.
Without even Echo Slam there, they just get the catch from the fog.
Might be able to quickly turn it into a play down bottom as well.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Coming in with the TP.
Why?
They should be able to find it for Witch Doctor. He'll buy some time here with the Voodoo Switcheroo, but he's certainly going down. An easy Deso stack for Chalice.
And now the cooldowns, they're back up. So LGD not able to take advantage of those being used, and new.
He was trying to make a go for Somnus here with the Primal Split. But he's having a run. I mean, Somnus will be forced to BKB. Gets a little too frightened here by the fact that New continues to push on with the other two Brewlings. It's a BKB charge down.
Ready. But that's a moment. I mean, LGD, they were trying to find something there with those cooldowns being used. Solar down, Echo's down. They're all back up. So for the side of Azure, they can look to fight pretty much at any of these next few moments. Beautiful catch. And Brew Split is now down. So for LGD, this fight could be a little bit complicated, at least for these next 90 seconds or so.
See, we got any smokes coming out for Azure Ray?
They have one on the grid.
Okay.
And he does find that ward, so he saw them on that expedition down there. He'll get that quick little ward. Bottom though.
F1's going to get jumped. Planet with the setup. Shiro jumps over the Shadow Step. Should be a kill here, having a bit more goals for the Spectre.
That's a big. I mean, that's a really nice kill setup when you know that they have ults and stuff. Like the potential for a Dawn ult could come in, but end up taking advantage of that there.
Yeah, power of
LGD.
Having this Ruby against the Weaver. Just setting up with the Shikuchi.
Hello? It is. I mean, nice. All right.
He's all right. He's all good. He's all good.
We'll be able to finish it off. And it actually goes to Somnus. That's actually a really nice one this game. Getting the shot on this Earthshaker could get these further catches either for the Brew or for the Puck. So it's pretty nice that he actually gets it this early on.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Okay, lead at the. How many Midases do we have queued up? I saw that FY had also queued one at the ready on the side of Azure. We'll have at least 3.
Chalice. BKB complete. Ready to go for the blink next for that additional setup. Somnus half the way on towards the goal for the Aghanims. We'll see the smoke up now coming in from Azure Ray, but it's coming at a time where, yeah, Split's going to be
15 seconds.
Pretty much back up on LGD, so we'll be fighting into the potential of the ultimates that LGD can try and turn things around with.
They're still looking to kick the pace up, though. They know they're playing versus this late game Spectre, this Brood
They
draft.
might settle for Planet here. We'll see that, though. Shikuchi's already off. They won't even get the catch onto him. With that whole move sort of revealed from Azure Ray, LGD not going to get caught out by that one.
That's pretty big. Breaking these smoke movements when you know you had some downtime on Brew Split. So I mean, Planet's been doing quite a bit of work on this Rubik.
He has, yeah. Some excellent steals and play in the team fights.
Time for Roche. It's on the menu. Dies way too fast. Tested versus this Weaver.
Dire is scanning for
Just like last game, kind of similar timing. I mean, they had a little bit earlier last game, but still looking to set that tempo on the side of Azure.
Roshan has
This time they don't have that 10k lead or anything like that. It's very, very neck and neck.
Behold!
As we saw last time round, LGD, they were not afraid to fight into the aegis of Azure Ray.
Chalice shows himself in mid. He has a BKB at the ready, but
Planet can get the lead in. Telekinesis. And the opening damage, you get the BKB off. Chalice swings back with the Star Break with the Death Ward coming in for the side, bringing Chalice down low, but Chalice is up against the fog in time. He's trying to jump over the Solar Guardian. He's up, but he's down. He's actually able to be saved as well by F5 for now with the Snowball. Picks Chalice up, takes him out of the side. Chalice, he's still alive. He's walking away for this one. The Spayball brings him down low. Finally, they're able to finish him off. They'll take out Chalice. Thomas dropping the slam here on towards the Brewling. The split comes to an end. You back out of it. Will get caught by the Inkswell stun. They're going under the tower. Shiro is quite the cleanup. Double kill for him. Turns over towards low, able to get the time lapse just in time. Still has the safety of the Aegis, but once again, I mean, Planet, he's walking out of these altercations somehow every single time.
I mean, he's the one who starts the fight as well, too. He led in with Shikuchi, got the lift to start everything off, but oh my goodness.
This Rubik, it's got to be such a nuisance for Azure. They've got to, I mean, how do you sort of deal with the fact that he's getting away with these sort of lead-ins, that he's getting out of the fights alive?
I mean, he just keeps stealing Solar Guardian is really one of the biggest issues. He's actually causing a lot of problems here, and they're getting all their ults off. I mean, he comes in, he gets, I think he did the highest damage in that fight, and yeah, times are getting scary, it feels like. Even though Azure, they have the Aegis, they lose that fight, even though they use pretty much everything.
Just not quite having the explosive level of damage, despite the fact they have like these 2 Desolators. It doesn't seem to be enough. They can't kind of target focus and get the chance to bring anyone down 100 to 0.
They're not the ones who are they didn't get the fight start either. I think initiation is going to be something very important that we look at for the side of Azure. I mean, nothing to say. If he doesn't get pretty much dealt with by the Earthshaker at the start of these fights, this puck is going to run rampant, especially versus these 2 supports. A Tusk and a Grim, they cannot do much of anything versus nothing to say when he's got this good of a start.
And this Midas Spectre from Shiro getting involved and just picking up these crucial kills in what seems every single team fight.
He's top net worth. This was a spectacle.
That's what we said would happen, right?
Yeah. I mean, he was what, level 6 after the 10, or what feels like at the 10-minute mark or something like that. They killed him multiple times, but he is completely recovered.
Puck out!
Definitely running into sort of similar difficulties Azure as they did in game 1. They had a great start, great lanes. But when it comes to the execution in these team fights, LGD just seem to have their number every single time.
And now with all this downtime, I mean, every ult is coming back up, but it's just feeling like for LGD, now they have the gold lead. Like, that was only less than 1k before there for the side of Azure. Now they're getting quite a bit of items. Shiro already with an ulti orb. Everything's coming up. And Midases and Philosopher's Stones all kicking in. They actually have Philosopher's well too, so yeah, Greed is good.
Towards the top push, yeah, Azure, right? Okay. Try for a tier 2.
Somnus, Ags is completed, and they find nothing to say.
Hiding in the trees. Blink done as well from Chalice, an extra bit of jump. Not get the catch, but nothing to say, the reaction times are there. He's out. Fisher, trying to go for why you smart, but the Voodoo Switcheroo's in play. Somnus, he'll pop the BKB to just be able to stand his ground and kill the Witch Doctor off. Shadow step across from Shiro, considering getting involved in the fight. Nothing saves him with the side of the stream call here. Onto the 2 of them. Lou trying to turn and bring down these Brewlings of New. It's causing New to have to back off for now, but the illusions are being sent in by Shiro. Over towards the floor, Charming backing off. Planet will get the Ghost Sent off. In fact, he'll get the Shikuchi jump well again. Planet surviving every single attempt that Azure Ray throw at him.
Oh, goodness. Nothing to say. Dancing. The 2 supports go down, but that's it. Or sorry, the 1 support, just the Witch Doctor so far. That's a BKB used there from Somnus. A split, of course, was used, though. Quite a bit there from LGD to hold them off. But they don't lose any objectives. The tower's still alive. Sun's be coming back up. Not believe the Planet just keeps driving. It's literally 10% HP, time and time again.
Top lane, another BKB forced. Jure just not able to make the plays that they'd hoped for at this time of the game. Killer support here and there.
They get planted this time.
Let's have a look. He's forces away. Jump forward from Somnus, but another force out of the side. Planet will get caught by the Soulbind here coming out from the 2 of them, but backup's coming in. F5, he's going to try and lead him with the Storm, but the Voodoo Switcheroo's there. Telekinesis from Planet comes into play to grab F5. Takes the time to turn things around. Lou trying to get in and do the damage, but low. He has the Shikuchi away. Maybe thinking about why you smile. They get the Witch Doctor. And each and every time, why you smile seeming to be the one to tank the hits here that Azure are throwing the way of LGD. But everyone else on LGD just seeming to be untouchable in these fights.
Yeah, the cores keep getting away with murder. And those are, this time, the BKBs are back up, so Somnus did feel comfortable to jump back in. Aegis does get reclaimed. Another Midas. FY, he's got his. Wants to go toward this much later scaling, but LGD, I mean, I feel like they're pretty happy going into the scaling function overall in this game.
With how good of a position Shiro's in right now.
Immediate jump.
Pretty much an immediate kill. The Solar Guardian's coming in, but he cannot save Tianming. Now Charles, he's got to be careful himself. They've got to be on the retreat now. Somnus jumping away with the Enchant Totem. Nothing stays in with the silence. The Primal Split as well, closing in upon Somnus. He has to BKB and jump out with the Enchant Totem to survive. Challenge twins back, able to bring the Brewlings pretty low. Shiro will throw out the dagger. Low. Trying to see if he can finish off New potentially.
He's almost doing it, honestly. In the last fight also, that was kind of what it let Azure Ray get that kill on the Witch Doctor cleanly and get out. It's been low, actually addressing the Brew split, killing off those Rulings pretty decently. But again, another Solar Guardian is stolen. Planet, he just seems to get it every single time, so they do have to be aware of when he does get this spell steal. Can just turn the tides of them even trying to go for like a BKB TP out or something like that. This Solar Guardian could just put it to a stop immediately.
Yeah. I mean, they have the Echo Slam and such, but making a play into the fact that Rubik has that ultimate, it's not
scary.
easy. It's not an easy call to make. We'll see if they try for it nonetheless.
No BKB on Somnus. This is a risk to make, and they know that this ward is down here as well too, with the way that the Shadow Step came out. Should be able to get the D ward, and they will.
Low wasn't forced to put the BKB himself in that last fight, so at least for him on the Weaver, he can full commit in this next fight.
Who's been getting most of the Deso stacks so far? I mean, there hasn't been too many because they can't kill, so it's 6 actually for Chalice and only 2 for Low.
Dire is scared
Nothing
of
to
her
say,
enemies.
eyes on top. Good setup with the Dream Coil into the Solar Guardian backup from Planet.
And they have the Shadow Step too, so they do essentially, they're going to be heroes always.
Straight in they go, just with the Shadow Step alone for now.
And it's really heads up there from Chalice that he doesn't just try to like BKB TP.
Radiant's
If he does, that's where the
towers
Solar
above
Guardian
the
comes in and stops it, so they are aware that that Solar is still stolen.
And sort of saying things really from nothing to say. You know, he doesn't just throw out the Dream Coil, he's just sort of teases out the BKB and is ready to hold the Dream Coil for a play elsewhere.
But that's what they're trying to do, is bait these BKBs and then make a big hit. They find FY.
They're able to get around to the back lines. FY tries to get him with the jump over towards Planet. He's able to get the punch up and snowball over towards Planet. Planet is going to rip up the Solar Guardian, but it's put to a stop. He's forced out the side, but this time Low's able to deal with the damage. They bring
Low
it down. Low wants the BKB in the time. That's has to be on the retreat. Shiro and the split from New. Chasing Low out of the fight. Shiro jumps
Take it out.
with the Shadow Step. They bring the Weaver down. They may have got Planet this time, but it cost them so much as they lose their carry.
He's trying to hide.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh no, he's okay.
He's alright.
He's all right.
And that was a ping from FY.
Catch this time. I knew he gets the wraparound there with that primal split. Perfectly gets this Weaver kind of isolated. 50 seconds, no Weaver. Spectre now full item finish. Shiro. Scotty's done.
Somnus is hovering around, but this is not a place that he wants to be jumping into. Does not have the teammates, does not have the backup. They need everything to try and take a fight.
Radiant are scared.
There's just so many ways that if they don't get away with a successful jump, the LGD can respond. We're seeing Shiro once again in these fights just masterfully weaving in and out as this Spectre and just picking up the kills and finding the big ones as well. Chasing Low out at the end of that fight. The matchup head-to-head between the carries, it's not looking fun for Low to play right now in his Weaver.
No, definitely not. They're getting away with just some beautiful fights, just with the Vision in particular, right? It seems like they're the ones getting the starts off, even though they're playing into this Earthshaker and this Dawn. They're able to just counter-initiate or reinitiate themselves over and over again. Especially, as we said, multiple times we're just highlighting Planet because he's just doing so much work.
Jiang Ming.
Jiang Ming, does he get out?
Got a bit of time for himself here with the Glimmer.
Killing spree.
So FY by his side.
They get the catch top.
Was indeed able to get the jump onto Nothing to Say.
I believe that was the gem as well, too.
Down bottom, FY. He's going to try and lead it on to Why You Smile. In with the punch. He's got a snowball going his way as well. Why You Smile has a hefty amount of backup. New and Shiro by his side, but FY, he's gone.
Needed.
The rest of them try and run Low. Caught by the dust. Quite able to get any sort of disable onto him, though, so Low will escape.
Whose gem was that? So yeah, it was a big kill onto the puck up top. They also got the gem recovered. Well, taken away from the side of LGD, so always huge if they're able to get that kill. Echo Slam was used, but still has BKB available for Somnus.
See if they can do anything with this. 40 seconds or so without Nothing to Say in the game. LGD, they don't seem to be scared. The Planet's going to head in, but he's getting a call straight away by the silence. They blow up Rubik this time around. Somnus pops the BKB. They're trying to kill New through the Brewlings. The Death Ward dropped down over towards Chalice, but Chalice turns with the Starbreaker straight over towards Why You Smile. A couple of hits more. It's not enough. Why You Smile, he's able to bounce away. The Witch Doctor survives. They've lost Chalice.
Shiro, or Lu, he has to run away. The primal split's ending shortly. Find the grab.
These supports of LGD, whether it's Planet or Why You Smile, it's
so much work.
They're getting in the heads of Azure Ray's cause.
And this Brew is doing an insane amount of damage if he's left alone in the fights too. Like it really just is starting to add up when he has that AC finished up as well too. Cloak, he got blessed. Cloak of Flames with the Radiance, of course, so there's absurd damage once they get isolated. And the supports over on the side of Azure, right? They're having a much harder time, it feels. Every single time it's either a Brew with like 4 different summons just flying at him or a Puck that's just jumping in and out. So difficult for them as LGD. They're ready to fight again, just constantly smoking up, looking for the battles.
Radiant's top tower.
It feels
has
like for the
fallen.
side of Azure, they're more reliant on their cooldowns than for the side of LGD to be able to win those fights. Even though there's a primal split on the side of LGD.
And they're also are back up on Azure Ray. Somnus ready with the Echo. See if LGD can find the jump. Shira ready to join with the Shadow Step. Singing a little bit low on the mana right now, but yeah, the Aghanims, it's pretty much there for the next fight.
He's so farmed.
There we go.
He's level 21. Level 20, of course, on the Weaver, but a clear 3.5k separation of gold. Like almost a full item separation between the two.
Oh, they need a big slam from Somnus here.
Yep.
Smoke up on the top lane, but at the same time, LGD, they'll split cells. Just come to an end on LGD.
15 seconds, no Bruce split.
Azure Ray, they've seen you showing on the lane. Ideally, they want to try and get the wraparound and get the jump on the back lines to have a big impact at the start of this fight, but it's hard to get into that position on this area of the map.
Yeah, at least get information or something so they can see these supports.
They're going to try and enter from the other angle.
See who they find. Why? He's got a ward at the ready.
Difficult part of the map to fight into is Radiant.
Get the ward down. No information given yet by it. Somnus trickling in. Bruce splits back up.
Free of me!
Don't know if they'll find the way in on this one. It's hard for Azure Ray.
Got it.
Step put in the wrong place, and team fight could fall apart very quickly for Azure.
I mean, nothing to say, just trying to get that information with the orb constantly.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Both teams fully aware of where either is, and GD, they'll head into the pit. No. Comes out with the bugs.
Bug helping out a little bit
It
here.
kind of is a little bit of extra minus armor down onto the Roshan. Slow, he's going for the long wraparound here, around the back of the pit.
They're pinging exactly where he is. They got the
They've
dust.
stopped the Shadow Step straight away. They look to go over towards FY. FY buys some time for himself with the snowball. Gonna lead him over towards him. He's actually able to get the jump off to the side, but he's caught
FY's
by
dead.
the split on you. FY's out. He'll buy back. Zero. He's over towards Chalice. Chalice tries to swing his way out with the Starbreaker. Stun on towards Somnus. Somnus is surrounded. He might be able to put the BKB. He will. Punch the BKBs. Out with a retreat. Jump forward here as Chalice is still trying his best to get away from these Brewers with the Solar Guardian, but he's caught by the stun. Chalice turns with one final swing, but they'll finish him off during it. He's out. Jianming lucky to get away with a TP. Azure Ray, they've lost the two of them.
I Low just dies instantly at the start of the fight. What it feels like as soon as the Haunt comes out, they all just jump. They have full information of everything, and it's a dismantling. LGD loses nothing.
FY, he pulled back, tried to push out the mid lane, but immediately Shiro jumps over towards him.
Holy crap. What a recovery by Shiro. Unbelievable performance.
May have been a mistake.
This is a Spectre who had one of the hardest starts I think we've seen in quite some time. 11 core and 10 godlike.
And they're into the pit. LGD, they'll have no struggle grabbing the Aegis here for themselves.
They made that fight look easy. The Haunt gets popped and it's just devastation. Nobody on Azure can do much of anything.
Yeah, they just set up in a way around this point that made it pretty much impossible for Azure to find the kind of fight that they needed.
And again and again and again, Planet, he stole Solar Guardian again. So he just keeps getting these spells, keeps getting these incredible steals. Roach and fall, Shiro.
See you soon.
Even more comfort now for him.
See how well Azure may be able to pull together a fight on the defensive, because highly likely that LGD are going to be coming to look for them now with the push that they can potentially get away with this Aegis.
And can they kill these cores? It feels like it's the problem again that, I mean, they have the catch and stuff this game in comparison to last game, but can they kill these tanky cores? Even nothing to say. They caught him a couple times alone. I think actually maybe 2 or 3 of the kills were him just completely isolated, but in the team fights, this puck has been not dealt with at all. And now he's got 3,500 HP, Brewmaster has 3,500 HP, Spectre has 3,500 HP. Getting harder and harder for you to kill any of these cores.
Double harm shall I deal.
What do you do if you're Azure? You know that at this point of the game, you're feeling that it's fallen into very similar territory as Game 1 did.
Might have to just take some crazy risks. It feels like to just try to pop one of these heroes at the start, but they are quite tanky now at this point.
Bounty.
See if they themselves, I mean, do they want to try and take the risk of fighting into this Aegis, or is that just absolutely a sort of no-go play right now?
Just feels so difficult when you're playing into what feels like always 4 or 5 heroes, because Planet just always has Solar Guardian, they always have a Haunt or a Shadow Step. It feels like they just have the numbers every single time on the side of LGD. Shiro, yeah, with the full butterfly now too. Chalice, how do you bring him down? Chalice,
They put the BKB.
Solar Guardian. Okay, gets away.
Somnus. And out on the map on his own. He's going to look for maybe a cheap
Wait, the cast?
but he's caught by the cast bounces.
Oh my goodness.
He has to BKB TP out immediately, and he'll make it away.
Got to take quite a bit of damage on his BKB. Was used immediately.
Very much taking those risks that you talked about there.
He is trying. He is definitely trying to, but yeah, a random sentry ward. Gotta go.
Team 2 gone. We'll be going down here on the bottom by the looks of it. LGD, they'll happily get on with the push. Still 2.5 minutes or so to play with the Aegis on Shiro.
How long on BKB for Chalice? Yeah, 40 seconds where it feels like they can't fight without it. They need every little thing, it feels like, for Azure right now at this point. And then it doesn't, who knows if it's going to be enough versus this Aegis of 2 more minutes. Shiro getting closer and closer to 25. They're just getting stronger and stronger, it feels like.
Under attack.
For Azure, they're just, it doesn't feel like they're getting that much stronger.
No, you can just start hitting the base now, Shiro.
Radiant's middle tower is not
trying to force the action.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Who's going to be the one to start the defense here? Who wants to push back this Spectre?
They don't have a kick or anything like that on the Tusk. He went for the Midas, so it's very delayed. No Aghanims to start a fight like that.
Dire's
Tower falling.
has fallen.
Support's playing on opposite sides on the side of LGD. Y on bottom side, planted on top.
Now he's ready for the big steals.
Oh yeah.
Tier 3's gone, nothing to be done so far by Azure.
They just have to kind of watch and try to spam down the Spectre, but supports, they have to be very careful on Azure.
It's going to be the set of racks going.
Let's drop it.
They just can't do anything right now to stop this. The melee racks, at least the important one, taken by LGD.
Under attack.
They certainly get the work done with his Aegis, and still potential for more to come, as they've still got 1.5 minutes left on that on Shiro.
He feels so safe too. Immediately, he just goes mid lane, doesn't really care. He knows that they don't have enough to bring him down twice. Full control, it feels like now for LGD. On to the next push. I mean, they're even going to start forcing something here. Chalice put in a position where he has to actually BKB and go for that TP out, and immediately Shiro just jumps back toward his team.
Sentry down as well. Somnus has got to be careful.
It's like every fight that Azure is like maybe trying to build up for, like something happens where somebody has their BKB pop before that fight goes off. Now Shiro, after forcing that, he's going to force the high ground too.
I find myself strangely
Got away with it on the bottom lane. A chance to get away with it again here on the middle.
Tower's not feeling the
Tier
love.
3 in trouble.
I mean, MKB is finished up for the Weaver, but he's squishy.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He's trying to push them back in though.
Okay.
Risky position. Gonna try and get him with a Shikuchi. Doesn't get caught with the back. He's gone! And he specs up for that MKB purchase. He does not have the money for buyback here, low.
He just dies to a casual cast bounce back.
85 seconds, no Weaver to be found. LGD, they'll continue this push. The refresh is done on Shiro. They take the mid set of rack. They get back off. There's still a tier 2 to be taken on the top. But I think they're going to be feeling right now that they can very comfortably ride this game, ride this series out here, LGD.
Oh, that might have been one of the saddest Weaver deaths ever. Just the cast gets him killed in just a quick burn. He's squishy though. As you can see, he did commit. Force going for that MKB, and now, yep, on to the next. Full refresher now for the Spectre, just continuing to grow and grow and grow.
Yeah, crazy times. I mean, Shiro just a perfect demonstration on what to do as a Spectre if you have a horrific lane.
Absolutely.
You don't get much better of a recovery than this.
No way.
Radiant's top
And just good communication and identification about like that Radiance kind of thing, right? Let the Brew get the Radiance. You saw how much work he was able to do. Like, go for your Midas and stuff like that, and go for your own itemization on Shiro. Working out perfectly. Now,
30 seconds. Gonna drop the coil here. Just got a bit of safety with the glimmer. Tian Ming can get away from these illusions, though. He can't. Shiro jumps in, takes him out.
And Chalice.
They'll turn towards the BKB's not gonna save him. He's out as well. No buyback on him. Also spent up 1,700 gold short of the buyback Chalice.
And Shiro just pops the refresher. He's like, all right, come at me again. I will kill you guys if you show your faces.
Radiant's top tower has
Refresher, Somnus, it's all up to you.
He's gone all in. I mean, the rest of his team has, so, you know, why not himself as well? He's spending up, looking and hoping for some sort of crazy play.
One final hurrah.
He's going to try it. He's in with the first opening. He can pop the BKB. Follows up with the fish egg. Then the second round of lockdown. There it is. They're able to take down Shiro, but is it enough? Somnus still falls low. Planet, and why you smile able to finish him off? 3 dead. throw everything in. They do kill the Spectre, but the game is over. GG is called. LGD take this series 2-0, knocking Azure down.
They know their counterpart. They know how to play versus Azure through and through. We've seen it all year. We see it on the main stage here too. LGD just a clear understanding of how to play versus this team. And on heroes that maybe some people wouldn't expect to see when we get to the finals. A Rubik from Planet. He balled out on it, of course, too.
Did.
All of them really did start carrying their weight, even the weight